Doing? Welcome to the IDON Active Health Show with your host Khalil Smith. We got Taniyah Reynolds. I just want to start off by saying what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful to have this audience watching, and I'm hopeful hopefully they learn something from this. And I'm grateful to be
Hopefully.
alive, and I'm grateful to have her as a guest. So we're gonna get right into this and learn how she making her boss moves with her shop as a certified lash artist,
Oh my
makeup artist,
gosh.
and teaching people what she does. Yo, she's amazing. I want to get right into her story right after this introduction.
Okay, my turn. Do I have to? It says tap for sound.
All right, we're back. All right, I want to know where you're from and why you got into cosmetology, like why you became a
Okay.
cosmetologist.
You said why I picked cosmetology?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I'm from Newport News, Virginia. Born and raised. Uh, I went to Heritage High School, home of the Hurricanes. Woot woot. Fun fact: my mom and my dad graduated from there. So the school is like family oriented. Like literally, me, all my cousins, and everybody went to Heritage. So that's kind of cool. Um, what made me get into cosmetology? As a little girl, I always was into my mom's heels. I was always into makeup. All my family members always bought me like the little fake nail polishes, and I will always have like the little click clack shoes and tipping around the house, just into everything. So I was always around beauty. My aunts are also business owners, entrepreneurs, and they also had a nail shop here in Newport News. I think either in Hampton or Newport News. So I'm basically following in their footsteps. It's just natural for us. I don't know. My whole family got their own, lane of something that they do creative wise. So once I got to high school, once I finally got to Heritage, because I went to school in Virginia Beach as well. So I do have a audience and friends over there that I love. But once I got to Heritage in 10th grade, I heard about the opportunity at New Horizons Regional Educational Center. I currently work there now as a student assistant, which is cool. I kind of get sidetracked because my mind be all over the place. But
You're fine. Take your time.
I started off selling lashes in high school. So my grandmother was always invested into me. God rest her soul. She was the one who believed in me. So I presented the opportunity to her. I was like, Grandma, I want to do lashes. I like to do makeup. And she would always see me in the mirror, like, you always in the mirror, girl, get out the mirror. So I was like, yeah, Grandma, I'm into makeup and stuff. You've been seeing me practicing. I got to put the little sauce on it. So I was like, can you give me like $150, towards a box of lashes? And I bought my first box of lashes. She gave me the money. So we ordered it. I was so excited. I was tracking it every day. And it finally got here, and I gave my lashes each a name, like for each different style that I had. Went to school, posted it on my Instagram, and literally within like 2 days, I sold my whole box of lashes. So once that happened for me, that's when I really, sat back and I was like, OMG, like this could be something. Like, and lashes was on the rise at that time. This was like around 2017, 2018. Yeah. So once I seen how fast I flipped that box, I was like, yeah, this is it. And then that's when I finally signed up and finalized my application at New Horizons. I got accepted into the cosmetology program, and within 2 years, I completed the program when I graduated, and I was a licensed cosmetologist at the age of 18.
Oh, that's amazing. So young, doing big things. And you already learned
Yes.
about the whole marketing thing. You posted it and you flipped it. And
Yes.
you noticed
Yes,
that
yes,
people
yes,
wanted
yes.
it.
Really, it was really surprising, honestly. I didn't think that that kind of thing would happen for me. Because I was the new girl. I'm from Newport News, but I also was in Virginia Beach, so I kind of was the new girl again. However, I did know people there, so it was kind of cool that I was able to, fit in, or not necessarily fit in or stand out necessarily. I rather say that. So yeah.
That's the best way to live life. Stand out. I don't want to be like everyone else.
Right.
Talk to me about your business, Lazy.
Lizay, that's my middle
Lazy.
name. Um, I always love my middle name. Everybody calls me by it, so I was like, let me just use my name and put something behind it. So that's where that came from. Lizay Inc. is like a baby to me. Oh my gosh. I finally LLC this year. However, I've been doing beauty and everything ever since I graduated. I really started in 2017, like I said, with the lashes thing. But professionally on papers, Lizay Inc. was born this year. Um, to the business world, paying taxes and LLC and everything. So we're moving forward with that. Thank God. That's coming together. It's a process, really. I didn't know it was this deep until I started going to, business uh, workshops and stuff like that to educate myself a little bit more on it, and focus on cosmetology in particular. But yeah, I've been doing all kinds of things with my business. I do event planning. I set up balloon arches, treat tables. I help decorate and plan weddings, baby showers, anniversaries, all kinds of things. I just find stuff to do in my free time that's cool. Like, I'm
Good
just a
question.
creative all around.
Where do you get that creativity from to do all them things? Where do you think that come from?
I don't know. All my people, all my family, literally, like I said, we're all creative in some way. So I got one aunt doing nails, then my mom does hair. So I was just always watching them as a child and being in shop settings all the time, and being with my mom in the break room watching her braid all day. Like, that really inspired me, seeing her do so well at taking care of me. My dad did too, but mostly I seen my mom working so hard. My grandma as well. My grandma worked for the Newport News Police Department for 30 years, as a police aide, I think, something like that, or it was something special. So she was really passionate about that. She always talked about it. She was like, I was part of the police department for 30 years. Like, she was always saying that. So she was really proud in that. Watched my grandma work hard. I just am surrounded by a lot of hard workers. So yeah, I get my creativity from them because we really all don't really work 9 to 5s. Really, we all have something creative that we make money from, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. That's important.
Oh, and I forgot a person. Shout out to my aunt, Nail Art Addict 305. That is my Pisces TT. I love her so much. She's also a very successful entrepreneur and nail technician. She's currently based in Atlanta right now. I
Shout
love
out to
her.
that.
So she's one of my really big creative influences. She's so dope to me.
Tell me some of the obstacles you have had to overcome along the way on your journey, as far as like mental health and your grandma passing after she was so important in you starting your business.
Um, okay, so yeah, that It's kind of a touchy subject, so I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but ultimately I can get distracted very fast. And I'm a very empathetic and, passionate person. I'm so sensitive. Hashtag Pisces. Uh, and I just had a lot of distractions within my journey here and there. I've always been a strong minded girl, very smart. I knew what was right. However, I was around the wrong crowd at some points. But because I have such a strong family and they're so in tune with me, they could tell when something was up with me. So they would be like, I don't know what you're doing, girl, but you're doing too much. You need to focus, so I never would, stray off too. And plus, like I said, I would always be able to catch myself. I'm focused right now. I'm on a mission. So I'm really not letting anything stop me at this point, but I am living life, if that sums it up.
That's amazing.
Let me continue on to my grandmother. Dealing with that has been very tough. I'm currently in therapy, not for a bad thing. It actually really helps me talking to my therapist. I love her. We have a very close relationship, and she's also went to Heritage too, and I didn't know this before I met her, so that was kind of cool. She was alumni from the same high school and was raised in the same area as well, so it was kind of cool because when I tell her story, she knows what I'm talking about, or if I say a street number or something, she's like, oh yeah, I know where that is. So it's kind of cool when I'm talking to my therapist. So just going to therapy and meditating. My mom is really big on keeping stones and staying grounded and always taking deep breaths. My mom is one of my strongest support systems with my mental health. If anything happens, I'm 21 years old, and the first thing that I do still is call my mom for everything. Yeah, so therapy is what's getting me through, and just staying true to myself and knowing what's wrong and what's right, honestly.
Yeah, that's amazing. A lot of people need to hear that because they may be going through something. They might look at work as the outlet, but sometimes you need to talk to somebody to have a
Yes, and
breakthrough.
there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you crazy or anything. It's not for that purpose. It's literally someone who is educated in helping people with these things. That's how I look at it. So as long as you have a good trusting relationship and you feel like you're not wasting your time and you're actually applying what you're receiving, then I definitely think it's beneficial, and it's worked out for me amazingly, honestly, because I was in a dark place. Really, I was depressed and stressed. All the way up until maybe October 2021, literally. So I've been the happiest that I've been in a long time right now.
How important do you think it is to have people around you
You said
to
what?
build you up? How important do you think it is to have people around you to keep you up, keep you grounded? Like you said, like your family, like if they notice something, they'll tell you
Oh,
about
okay.
it, being
I thought you
honest.
meant like friend wise, because
Nah,
at this time, me personally, I feel like I strive better by myself as far as like the friend scene. I've been making beautiful relationships with girls through my business and just me being myself, and that's amazing. However, when it comes down to it, I'm super focused right now, if that makes sense. Um what was the question again?
I said, how important do you think it is to have like a good group around you to show you, like, keep you grounded, so you don't get too full of yourself, or if you're like doing the wrong things, like you
I
said, your
think
family.
that's super important. Not everybody has that, so that's a blessing for me. Like I said, ever since a little girl, my family has been very involved in my life, on both sides, which is another blessing for me. I know all my granddads. I'm in touch with all my grandmothers. I'm uncles, cousins, everybody. Literally, is family oriented. And then the shop that I'm in is family oriented too. To get back on that, but a support system from your family is definitely a blessing. I'm just happy to have them, really, because I don't know where my little mind would have took me on my own if I didn't have them. So that's amazing for me.
I know you said you're teaching people how to do lashes now. Talk to me about that.
Um, being that lashes was the first thing that I started off with. Now that I've elevated into other things, I don't really necessarily do too much lashing. However, if somebody asks me or wants to do it, I'll do it. But on a forte, I'm into makeup right now and just creating my breakthrough, more or less. Trying to get out there. I'm coming to Atlanta this month for the first time. So I try to do as much marketing and as much services as I can out there. I just wanna expand.
That's good. It's good. It's good to have them dreams and to accomplish those, set strategic goals. What do you see
Yeah.
yourself in 5 years? With everything you're doing, I know you say you want to get more involved with makeup, more marketing.
In 5 years, I see myself on set. I see myself working with not necessarily celebrities, but just people that are seen. I model as well. So that's another thing. I love taking pictures. I have a whole separate modeling page aside from my business. So I'm a business in my own, if that makes sense. Um yeah, I always get sidetracked. So you got to keep me on board, cuz I'm such an overthinker. So what was the actual
Tony,
question?
what do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yes, okay. So back to what I was saying. Back in 5 years, I feel like I'm going to be on set. I want to see myself traveling more. I am in therapy for, some minor panic attacks. So I actually have this phobia of traveling just a little bit. Don't tell anyone. So hopefully I'll get over that. I see myself in a bigger home, expanding. I want to move out of Virginia. Everyone who lives in the place they were born and raised, I feel, wants to leave and see elsewhere. So that's just where it's at for me as far as that. I want to open multiple locations and shops. I actually want to open my own suite space, and rent them out to different artists as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah, and just elevating my business.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I know you're gonna
Yes.
accomplish it, so you'll keep on doing
Yes.
what you're doing. Tell
Yes.
me
Thank you.
about New Horizons and what you do there.
Okay. New Horizons. I'm still in touch with my cosmetology teacher, Miss Rogers. She was very involved, in school and out of school for me, when I was attending. And I came to see her one time at New Horizons, maybe a month ago. And when I came to see her, she was so excited. She was like, Taniyah, OMG, can you come in and do a a makeup demo for the girls? It's two classes, AM and PM. I was in PM when I was in school. But she was like, can you come do a facial and do a makeup application for the girls? It's springtime and we're about to start preparing for state boards. So I was like, of course, this is stressful time. I know how they feel. State boards is coming to the end of the school year now as we approach spring. So I know that it's pressure on them. So I really went there with, open ears to them having questions about state boards and how hard it is, how many questions, and what the judges and stuff you're looking for, because they do walk around on clipboards. It kind of can get intimidating, but it was sweet. I love the girls. We connected, and of course, since I'm alumni, I pitch myself and I give them discounts when they come to me. So I do that for all heritage students who need makeup or any services from me. They get a discount just because. So that's kind of cool. And I'm also a student. I'm also a student assistant with Miss Rogers and also with Youth Workforce. That's in there. That's a whole nother program that's in there. They help pay for tuitions in class, you know, for low income students, because that's how I started off. So they got me through there. They paid all my fees, thank God, all my competition fees for my mannequins, all my tools and everything. So, and they got me work experience. They were the first people who put me in a actual shop setting. So that was kind of cool. And this was all in high school. Within this 2 years, all of this stuff was happening. So, yeah, New Horizons has been a blessing to me, and still is continue. I'm still involved very much with them. Hopefully it's going to be permanent, you know, employment, and I'm able to become a recruiter, because that's what I'm doing now as the assistant, you know, getting them inside the program, registering them, just letting them know the opportunities that we offer, because I received them. I know it's real. I'm a testimony. So that's the plus for having me in the position. I just sold myself. They should watch this.
That's amazing, giving back and just going back to like people who helped you. Now you want to help others.
Yes.
It tells a lot about your character.
It's cool.
Where can before I forget, where can people find you at?
I'm on Instagram at Lazayinc, Lazayinc. I'm also on Facebook, Taniyah Reynolds. I love to post all my work, so you guys probably would get tired of me. So if you don't want to see content posted, you know, constantly, then I wouldn't follow. But if you want to see some good work and some good content, hit that follow.
If you're tired or encouraged, she might inspire somebody to keep doing what they're doing.
Yes, and if nobody likes your pictures, continue to post them. Somebody sees it. I truly stand by that. Before I do a client, I always ask them where they find me. Just like today, earlier, I actually had a client from Delaware, I think, and she was in town, and she was like, I just searched you up on Instagram and you popped up, and I seen so many pictures of you. I just was like, I got to book with her. That's what she said. And I was like, that's super cool. I always ask my clients how they find me. So yeah.
That's important. Word of mouth and figuring it out. So you get stand on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got one more question. I know you help a lot of your other people with their businesses because you started and now you're trying to give that knowledge. How do you go about doing that? When you talk to people about LLC, EINs, or numbers?
Because I always have so much to say, and I want everyone to start off properly. I always schedule like a FaceTime or something like that, and I literally just give them my undivided attention just so they can splurge and ask me everything right then and there. And even still, they always have my personal contact. I'm always up at night either looking at something to create or something towards my business. So I always tell them to hit me up. So with any questions, even after we get off this call, if you need something else, you got me and I'm here. Just call me. So yeah, that's cool. I love doing that. And that's something new that I just literally tapped into this month. And I've always helped people, you know, with their business, but I actually sat and was like, I could actually, you know, make money from this. This is actually something that people do. So I just started, you know, charging for that and actually getting my first couple of clients, and it's actually working out. So that's cool.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I appreciate that. I love what you're doing. You taking what
Yes.
you learn and teaching other people. A lot of people don't do that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Tells a lot about your character. I try to do it myself, so I appreciate it.
Yes.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you to you for coming on. I know you're busy. And this was a great interview. I'm glad I
Yes,
got to
thank
learn
you
so
so
much
much for
about you.
having me. I hope everyone loves it. This is my first time doing something like this. So, based on the response, I'm going to continue, hopefully.
You did amazing.
Thank you so much.
All right.
How do we even do you just leave or something?
I will.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
just conclude the conversation real
Oh
quick.
no, I wasn't rushing you or anything. I was just looking at this setup. I never seen it before. I'm like, how do you even get out of this?
I'll show you in a minute. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for viewing into the IDON Active Health Show, which hosts Khalil
Yes.
Smith and Taniyah Reynolds. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you learned something and y'all have a great day.
Yes.